BG here with KFR Sportscast, and we are introducing my new series, Cannonballs and Creamsicles, and this is going to be the first episode of that series. And so we're just going to go ahead and edit it. And basically, what this episode is just me breaking down the Jets versus Bucks game. So let's go ahead and do it.
All right, so immediately we're starting with the kick from Chase McLaughlin.
And again, all we're doing here is we're just taking out all this
Fourth
small
down
stuff.
to tie the game.
All these little things here.
It was a very slow start at the beginning of this game. So 6-3, we get the Jets going up. And this is kind of where we start going. Okay, so we got offensive drive. Baker looking downfield. Egbuka. Okay, first of all, I cannot stress this enough of how good a pick it was to get Egbuka. I mean, this kid is we sure sincerely, I do believe that we got the best wide receiver in the draft. I really do. I truly believe that. I mean, this kid has all the makings of being a fantastic and great wide receiver. I mean, legitimately like Mike Evans level great. So great one-handed catch here. Let's back this up a little bit. Now again, offensive line issue. Offensive line issues. We have some injuries. As we play this forward, we're looking, we have some good protection here from the offensive line. We can see Egbuka right here. You see where does he start from? So he lines up here, and he's just going to kind of run up out the sideline, basically almost similar to a wheel route. And Baker just puts this, and just a great catch. I think there's another angle of this that we can see. But man, look at those unis though. Can we just appreciate this right here? Can we just appreciate this? And this looks very similar to a Mike Evans catch.
Y'all know what's about to happen.
A few years ago against the Atlanta Falcons. It was a Thursday night game, if you know what I'm talking about. This looks very similar.
All right, let's drop it in there because I'm gonna show the people what I'm talking about. This catch right here, y'all know what it is.
This looks very similar to a Mike Evans catch a few years ago against the Atlanta Falcons. It was a Thursday night game. You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, is when we wore those color rush uniforms. Man, look at the extension. Is when we wore those color rush uniforms. Man, look at the extension on this catch here. Oh my gosh, fantastic. The concentration to get that. Man, awesome catch. So, and then go down, and of course, you got to give Mike Evans. You got to give it to Mike Evans. Just a simple one-on-one one-on-one matchup, and you know what I always say when it's one-on-one with Mike Evans. It's not 50-50, it's 80-20. So a great matchup, a mismatch really. And Mike is just going to kind of just take him on the inside and box him out right here. And use that 6'5" big frame body to just go in front of him so that way he can catch this ball. Not a lot of offense from the Jets in the first 3 quarters. We were pretty dominating. So we got Baker Mayfield looking off. Yeah, that's the. So this was one of the issues, right? This dominating. So we got Baker Mayfield. So this was one of the issues, right? This was, the issues that we were talking about. Don't mind my my notification here. So it looks like what we got here. So it looks like just pocket collapses very quickly. He goes to step up and he has no room. Ball comes out. Luckily we jump on it, but that was 4th down. Now we got, is this the, oh, this is the sack fumble. Yeah, this is what's been so impressive about Tampa. This is what's been so impressive about Tampa Bay is the different pressures that we get. So we see here, let's wind this back. So we see Antoine Winfield right here lined up on the edge, and he just fucking shoots in here. To get that strip. I mean, that is the kind of defense that Todd Bowles that he draws up, and it's incredible. And we see Vita Vea jumping on top of that. All right. This was, bro, this freaking play. I will admit it. I criticize Jamel Dean so much. I really do. And I'm always like, Jamel Dean, you are burnt toast. You don't know what you're doing. And then he comes down and he makes plays like this one. And he just jumps to spade. Tyrod Taylor eyes down this receiver. And he just picks this off and takes it to the house. Dude, I was so hyped. I was yelling at TV. I'm like, Jamel Dean, you piece of burnt toast. Look at this. So on Garrett Wilson, working on him. And he's going to circle him just like I am. He's got this separation here. And Jamel Dean is looking back at the quarterback and knows that he's going to be targeting him. And so he is able to switch and just jump that route. And the mistake that Garrett Wilson makes is that he stops. You can't stop. Look at balls in the air, and Garrett Wilson is just standing there. And Jamel Dean's like, all right, well, that's going to be mine anyways. So I'm going to just go ahead and take this to the house, man. Bro, hype play. Loved it. Loved it. This is fantastic. It is a great play by Jamel Dean. I mean, if this is the Jamel Dean that we're going to get for the rest of the year, I am okay with it. I am here for it. This is a great defense right now. So, okay. So, now we're in the 4th quarter. So, there wasn't a whole lot. There's 23-6 kind of basically after halftime. All right. So, Tyrod Taylor looking, Garrett Wilson on a slant. Just a bad angle on trying to make that tackle. And there's not much that you can do about that. I mean, if you get a bad angle, and they're gonna look at this anyways, and yeah, this guy right here just takes a bad angle. I think that's Antoine Winfield. Nope, that was McCollum. So McCollum just takes a bad angle. So we go ahead and put up a field goal here. To go up 26-13. And again, they go down. Tyrod Taylor looking, finds a man back at the end zone. And this is where I start shaking in my boots a little bit. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm like, how do we allow them to drive down twice and score a touchdown? And so now Baker Mayfield fake toss, rolling out, running, first down and then some. That is Baker Mayfield is not known for being like a dual threat quarterback, right? Like he's not up there with your Josh Allens or your Lamar Jacksons, right? He is in this category of pocket presence, but he can use his legs if he has to extend a play and to keep a play going. So very thankful for that from Baker Mayfield because that is something that we haven't seen out of a lot of Tampa Bay quarterbacks. Now, obviously, with the Tom Brady thing, obviously Tom Brady is a great quarterback. You know, he will go down in history as the GOAT, and thankful that he was able to help bring a championship to Tampa. But right, we didn't get that mobility out of him. I mean, he could slide out of the pocket if he had to, but like we didn't get this. He wasn't getting 20, 30-yard runs during a game. So on a 2nd and 7, nonetheless, so something like this should ice the game. And I think yep. So we line up for the field goal to possibly go up 29-20. Now let me tell you, and you Bucks fans can probably feel my pain. Feel my pain because you know what's coming. And at this point, I had just finished. I was watching Red Zone. At this point, the Eagles game had just ended with the block kick and scoop and score. And I had seen on my phone that it was 26-20. I'm like, oh my gosh, how the hell did they come back? So I flip over from the Eagles game and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, well, 2-minute warning. We're going to go up 29-20. Okay, 2-possession game. Great. And then this happens. Bro, when I tell you my stomach dropped and I was like, oh my God, I don't know if Baker has another comeback from behind win in him. I really don't. And going into this game, I was telling people, I'm like, listen, I don't know about wearing the creamsicle uniforms because since we brought them back, we haven't won a game in them. And not to mention, history tells us that we have never beat the Jets wearing these uniforms. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just another game here. And so here we go. We get the kickoff. And Sean Tucker fields it at the 4-yard line and brings it out and gets us a very good, decent return. I mean, he gets us up to about the 34, which is a great. And so here we go. Gets us up to about the 34. This is where a great offensive line is crucial. And now I'm worried because early in the game we had a ton of holding calls, ton of offensive line miscues. I mean, there were so many things that were going wrong for the offensive line, and I'm like, dude, if there is any time that you need to be perfect, it is right now. It is right now you need to be perfect. And so I'm like, okay, Baker, pray that you have at least one more, one more in you to go down and win this game for us. So he takes the snap. He's looking, throwing down, and guess who? Egbuka again with a fantastic catch on the sideline. And then there was another. So before this play that they show here, this is going to be the Sterling Shepard play. So before this play, there was a throw to Egbuka on the opposite sideline, so off to the right sideline. And Egbuka catches it, but they call him out of bounds. It was very close. There was a very strong case for it to be a completed catch. There really was. But with the call being, but with it being called incomplete on the field, there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. But you had a very strong. Turn it, but you had a very strong case. So this is going to be a little dump off to Sterling Shepard, and Sterling Shepard's going to get some yardage first down inside the 20. And from here, basically what's going to happen is we're going to run the clock. The Jets don't have any timeouts. We take a knee, and here we are again. Chase McLaughlin trying to go for a game-sealing, game-winning field goal. And I am just in all sorts of emotions at this point. All sorts of emotions. So here we are. Chase McLaughlin. Snap is down. Kick is up and good. And dude, when I tell you I celebrate. Probably harder than that guy right there on the screen. I mean, there was nobody as happy as me. I mean, there were so many, like I said, there were so many miscues with the offensive line. I swear it. I mean, there were so many, like I said, there were so many miscues with the offensive line. There were so many things that needed to be worked on. Hopefully, positive news coming out of the Tampa Bay organization. We should be seeing Tristan Wirfs back in the lineup for week 4. That is a huge help. Especially in a game where we're going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles haven't had a whole lot of success against us as of recently in recent years. But, I mean, still, this should be a game that, we'll probably go through to the end again. But that is all that I have for this episode of the new series, Cannonballs and Creamsicles. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching or listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. If I left anything out, drop it down in the comments. Make sure that you follow along every week. I am going to get these out every single week. Again, I apologize. I missed last week. Really busy schedule. But I want to make sure that I do this every single week for all of you guys so that way we can break down some film together. Hopefully I get to keep the victory chains on. But until then, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, my name is BG. This is Cannonballs and Creamsicles. I will talk to you guys later. Until next time, peace out.
Okay.
And get one.
Ah.
I swear it. I mean, there were so many, like I said, there were so many miscues with. What's going on, Bucks fan? What's going on? 20 points. Hold Atlanta to 20 points. Last week we held Houston to what was it, 19 points, and then this past week against the Jets, this looks very similar. This looks very similar to a Mike Evans catch a few years ago against the Atlanta.
Let's find some audio here. Something exciting. No. Let me know what I got here.
What's going on, Bucks fans? Welcome to this episode of a rebrand of formerly known as One on One with BG, but we are going to transition and welcome to this new series that we are going to call Cannonballs and Creamsicles. And so this will be a podcast strictly dedicated to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and all things Tampa Bay Bucks. So with that being said, I know I missed last week, but you know what? We still need the victory chain. So let's go ahead and get one. Okay, so we got our victory chains on, and we are. I went ahead and put 2 on since we won.
Let's see what CapCut AI goes through. See what they can do for me. So none of those. Yeah, I think we just stick to this one.
Welcome to this episode of a rebrand of formerly known as One on One with BG, but we are going to transition and welcome to this new series that we are going to call Cannonballs and Creamsicles. So this will be a podcast strict. But that is all that I have for this episode. But that is all that I have for this episode of the new series, Cannonballs and Creamsicles. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching and or listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. If I left anything out, drop it down in the comments. Make sure that you follow along every week. I am going to get these out every single week. Again, I apologize. I missed last week. Really busy schedule. But I want
That should be it. Nothing flashy, nothing crazy. Just do that. So what you guys think? Pretty neato, huh? Pretty neato. If I do say so myself. So now comes the fun part. I gotta make a thumbnail for it. So which one's that gonna be now? Okay, so there's some. That's updating. Uploading to the internet. I think it is about time that I can get off of here and go to sleep. Oh, it is 12:30. I've been over here for an hour. Well, in that case, guys,